Dus ook geef my. Focus it up. Hi guys, welcome to, I don't know, the chat show. Not really the pilot, but just a catch-up show. So, Matt Gildenhuys.
Hey, what's happening?
Welcome. It's been years, but now we've sort of reconnected, and it's good to see you around and get to...
Yeah, getting in the mingle,
Yes.
Getting in the mix again.
And you guys are actually quite involved with the show's progression as well, so...
Yeah, it's good to be on board.
Let's call yourself partners, yes?
100%.
Yeah.
And then Regan Wasmuth from Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's just
Pretty cool idea.
So this is just the impromptu thing, so it's not like I've planned a million things, but I just wanted to, first of all, hear, where have you been for the last 4 years?
Yeah, I mean, my last national was PE 2020.
Was that with Lights by Linear still?
No, that was all just private.
Okay.
Yeah, because Lights by Linear was 2018, and then 2019 I was with EHR Racing.
Oh, yes.
And then, 2020 we got started all private, and then obviously COVID hit.
Yes.
And I was out in Zim, so we just...
And with EHR, were you out in France or?
No, I was actually between Zim and Joburg.
Okay.
Trying to get a lot of training done in Joburg. Obviously still with school and whatever, but that was all online. So managed to get quite a bit of good training in, but then also just...
Well, what did Joe do for you? I mean, and how did...
the team was still pretty small scale then. I don't know how they're doing now. But I mean, we were sorted out with race fuel, all those little things. But it was awesome because I mean, at that point we couldn't really race without support.
Yes.
Of course.
So he helped us out a lot there.
Okay.
So it was just cool to have someone like keeping me back in it.
It's funny, he was talking to Joe today for...
Yeah, Brodalka. He was on the phone for long. You obviously know him from the side, so he got me on the phone and it was like a 20-minute call, but I'm helping Callum Marriott for the weekend, and obviously Callum stays with him out in France side, so seems like a nice guy. I've never personally met him, but just a little phone call.
I ended up meeting him. I mean, I was on his team for a year and I only ended up meeting him face to face last year actually.
Oh, crazy.
He came out to Zim to train a couple of guys, and it was like one of my first rides back, and he was so shocked because like I was like 75 kgs when I was riding with him, and then I'd put on like 10 kgs, obviously not riding and whatever, so like I only met him face to face end of last year.
Okay, and he helped you out a lot training wise. Was he good?
We didn't really because like I say, it was still new, so like he was trying to bring in like a structure, but it was still new, so we did what we could at that time. Oh,
that's interesting. Good guy. Seems to know a lot. Spoke to him, like I said, I spoke to him this morning.
Yes.
And he seems to have quite a bit of knowledge. And what was cool about chatting to him this morning with regards to helping Callum this weekend is he's got the European knowledge, and the way their races are set out and structured, obviously being on a Saturday and a Sunday as well with the qualifying and so on. And this weekend seems to
would be the same.
Yeah, it's going to be kind of the same format. So he also gave me a little bit of a rundown towards it, which is going to help. So
like a different approach, obviously being experienced in that field.
Well, he's been there for many years now.
Sure, I can't answer that. I really don't know.
I spoke to him once at Edit to Race. I think 20 plus years maybe. He's in France. So.
Okay. And I know he's got a good connection with Martin Petzel as well with regards to the Olens, and he knows he's quite clued up with the suspension setup as well, so he's got good background knowledge, good all-round knowledge.
Yeah, that's important.
Yeah, of course.
So I heard that... Oh, no wiggling. Okay. I heard that you were planning to go on the... Well, according to Ruben, you were going to on the yachts and all that stuff, and I was wondering, did it ever happen? That's what I thought you were,
Yeah, that was the dream, because I mean, like I said, COVID hit, so I was like, I decided rather try and actually get somewhere, because I didn't really have much to fall back on. So I thought, like, try get somewhere with life and work and whatever, get started, and we're really keen on the yachting idea, so I even came out to Cape Town in 2021. I was here for about 3 months, did the courses and whatever. Then went back home to Zim to try get a visa and whatever to go over to France and all that. And at that very moment, it was just so bad.
Of course.
With visas, obviously because of COVID and all of that.
Everyone struggled.
Yeah, so it was just such a pain. So then I looked at it, I was like, okay, well, I still can't just sit at home. So then I got a job there in Harare.
Okay.
And
as what?
I was doing laser cutting.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a cool little trade though.
It was awesome to learn. They brought me up from absolutely no knowledge. And it was luckily enough one of my mates as well was the guy I was working with. So we just got started in that, and then I was happy. I was comfortable there. So I just stayed in Zim, kind of gave up on the yachting idea.
Well, I mean, the timing was wrong.
Yeah, unfortunately. And then so now it's still changed from then. So now I'm actually running a hyperbaric chamber back home. Yeah.
Okay.
What's that?
That's cool.
So it's like for recovery. So like you can have cancer patients.
But
injuries.
is it the whole chamber itself? Because I see on some I've watched 1 or 2 podcasts, like with Rogan and all of them. There's a whole different kind of structure with regards to the hyperbaric chamber.
Yeah, so
you get different kinds. You get ones that you're fully in, half submerged. How does it work?
So this one it's like a tube basically that you slide in and you just lay there for an hour and a half. There's a little window which I can look down into. They can see me.
Okay.
You can communicate. Like I have to shout from the outside. They can shout from the inside.
That's so cool.
You can take your phone in. So like. If I
it's
can't
not like
hear
like an MRI machine.
No.
Okay.
No, you got a lot more space. You're not like it is still claustrophobic, depending on how you react to that kind of stuff.
But I mean, is it a magnetic?
No, so it's all we're using dive cylinders.
Yes.
Like what divers use. So we use that to build the pressure inside this little chamber.
Okay.
And then they're breathing in pure oxygen.
Interesting.
So, but obviously you have to take breaks because if you're breathing in pure oxygen for too long, it actually becomes toxic.
Oh.
So doing that now, and then also have a little sideline jumping castle business.
Oh, sick. Okay.
Yeah, because I mean it's easier work for some decent money. So
of course.
That's right.
It just keeps everything.
Drop off, blow up, go home.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, keeps the race out, covers the race.
Okay.
That's the big question now. What's brought you back?
We've
seen you here. What's happening?
End of last year, it was coming up to summer series in Zim, and I mean it's always good fun to race summer series.
Yeah.
Especially when we have guys coming over, and like I knew the Malini boys were coming over.
Okay, yeah, of course.
Raced them all my life.
Yeah.
But they always go to Zim.
Yeah, exactly.
Always.
Yeah. So then I was chatting to Dayon Manuel, one of our MX2 guy, and he was out with a shoulder injury. So I was like, look, is there any like possibility of just having a couple rides on the bike? And he was like, yeah, sure, go for it. And then so I had a couple rides on that, and then there was a couple brand new 2023s brought in, KTMs.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I got the chance. They were like, "Yo, well, there's guys coming to race them, so we just need them run in." So I was like,
"For sure,
I'll ride them." Yeah, happy
Test ride
days.
it.
Yeah, for sure. So I mean, did a couple weekends of that, and then it went to okay, you can keep it with you, but we might ask for it back. But like by the time summer series comes, I'm like, okay, well, I can at least still race Dayon's bike. And then just week after week, it kind of just getting better and better.
Yeah.
And then summer series came, and they were like, you know what, just race the bike. So
okay. This is last year now, huh?
Yeah. This is the end of last year. So, I mean, I started riding October. This was beginning of December now for summer series. And, I mean, 2 years off, I didn't think it was going to be much, but...
Bruce, I tell you, I'm not even in the close to that boat. I've been off it probably, 9-10 years?
Oh, yeah,
I come and just do, like, 1 or 2 little laps on a bike also that gets lended to me.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm smoked after that, dude.
Broken, absolutely broken. So that just got better and better, and then actually I felt pretty good going in summer series. Like I knew I didn't have the fitness, so I needed starts.
Yeah.
So that I'd rather fade instead of being at the back and trying to charge through because that didn't
That's not going to work. Yeah.
Yeah, and then it actually went really well. I mean, the first night I got 2 out of 3 hole shots.
Oh, nice.
Led some laps, so that was awesome. And I think it went like 2.63 or something because the second moto bad start could not charge through.
But
MX1 now. Is this an MX1 or?
No, this was an MX2.
X2. Okay.
Yeah, because on the first night the classes were separated, thankfully.
Yeah.
So it like spiced it up. Like it was actually us going at it. Because then there was also a guy from America. His name's Remy Alvarez. Or Alves.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, he's actually done quite a few like pro nationals, pro supercross, all that. He's from Brazil.
Okay.
So he was out there, and then I mean it was Josh, Jono, myself. Like we had a stacked class.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay.
So it was good to race them, and then just summer series went really well. Some good motos. We ended up being combined with MX1 just for numbers, and it made the racing more interesting.
Yeah.
But then, a couple clean outs, not from me, against me, from the 450 guys. But I mean, they don't want a 250.
No, of course not.
So that just went really well. And then from there, I kind of just still needed to look at it from a life perspective, like I'm working during the week. So whenever I can go ride. And then, yeah, like it's been up and down. Like the phases have been weird this year. Because we also haven't really had a decision of what I wanted to do with the racing this year.
But you knew in the back of your mind that bug had burst after that summer series went so well.
That was the motivation. So I was like, okay, cool, let's go. But then so we never really approached anyone because I didn't have a set plan.
Okay.
So I kind of just kept to myself, sorted out myself. And then it's been like the nationals there have been going better and better.
Is it?
Managed to come out on top against Aon in the MX2 class of the last one.
Okay.
But I mean, he's on form at the moment, so I'm actually really excited to see what he's going to do.
He's pulling you at least. So.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, we've grown up together.
Okay.
I mean, he's always looked up to me. Now I'm like admiring what he does differently.
Okay.
And
it's cool to see from another side.
Yeah, and there's no bad blood whatsoever. We just work together to both get better.
Okay.
So yeah, I think he'll definitely put on a show this weekend.
And work together, do you mean by like, do you train together itself? Do you ride together?
Just ride together, yeah. Because I mean, we've got different times because he's still in school and all that. So like gym times don't really work out. So yeah, we just try ride together, put in motos together, and just work.
And just quickly, the Donnybrook track, how's motocross in Mozambique, Zimbabwe nowadays?
It's good. We've got some good support at the moment, but the sport itself is kind of dying as it is even here.
No, it's tough times, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's tough times. Not everyone can do it. So I mean, a lot of us are grateful just for the opportunities to get support to race. Course. I mean, you can't take it for granted because I mean, like I said, when I left, I had lots of support, not full support, but I had lots of support. Then coming back,
anything helps.
Yeah, and our parents are like, okay, well, we've committed before, like our time's done. So I was like, okay, I got to do this myself. And that's when I realized, like, even today, going and buying a back tire, I'm like, jeez.
No, it's crazy.
Like, having the support, really, you can't take it for granted whatsoever.
And for this weekend, obviously representing the country, but who else is backing you this weekend?
So pretty much just the Bog Wheelers Club. So that's our club in Zim.
Okay.
Because like I said, I wasn't even going to come. I got concussed at our last national.
Oh, wow.
And just a lot of time off. It was too much time, like, leading up to this, that I needed all that training. So then I was like, well, with the time off, I can't afford to spend that money knowing I'm not going to be top level. And then the club were like, look, we don't have an MX1 rider. We need someone for MX1.
Okay.
So then we came to an agreement on what we'd sort out and whatever. And then now we're here. So...
but it's good to
really,
see you,
really looking forward to it.
Yeah, and so this kind of track you've raced here before?
Yeah, raced here multiple times before.
But Donnybrook is a hard pack track. Joburg kind of.
No, it's actually really similar to this.
Okay.
It's not the same, but like there's transitions from sand to a bit of hard pack. Like
like that's sort of intermediate, lonely, but then it does break
like
down
hard
to that
underneath.
hard pack. Yeah.
So that's how Donnybrook is, and then we've also just got a few like hard pack sessions.
Yeah.
So like coming in off lots of time, like being off, it's one of the tracks I feel more comfortable racing on. Like
you have ridden it in the reverse, the very.
No, I haven't. Okay. No. Yeah, last time I raced here, we were going down this way. Yeah.
But you will have when's the first heats tomorrow after lunch, huh?
Yeah, first race. My first race is only at like 20 to 4 tomorrow.
So you got
end of the day.
Wow.
So there's time trial, free practice, time trial.
Is there a qualifying tomorrow?
I don't know if it'll be treated as a qualifying. Like, it is basically qualifying, but then
just one sprint lap pretty much to get your time.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to use the whole first one to just get my laps in, like just get comfortable with the track, make sure the bike's all good. And then second one, get more comfortable again, and then hopefully drop a heater. But then, for gate pick, it'll be each country has their top rider going, like, so it'll be like, for example, South Africa, Zimbabwe, Botswana, Zambia. Like their first rider will go. So at least I know I'm within the top. I mean, how many countries do we have here this year?
7 actually.
7.
I think it's 7. Yeah, I stand to be corrected, but I think it's 7.
So I mean, I know at least I'll be within the first 7 gate picks. You know? Like we could even hit a luck and Zim draws first. I don't know. I'm actually excited to see how that goes.
Is it a draw system?
Yeah. So, or unless it's changed, but to my knowledge, it hasn't changed. So I mean, gate picks won't be bad. Also need to just see what knowledge I can get from the local boys, watch the MX2 class and see where the gate picks are working from, and also just see the guys, watch the lines.
Yeah. Well, I can
give you advice.
I can give you one or two little tips towards the track. So obviously I've ridden it myself a few times. Nothing major, nothing crazy, but I can tell you the way the track is based now, it's very flowy. It's got a good flow to it. There's 1 or 2 technical sections. If you walk in the track by itself, it doesn't look technical. But as soon as it starts deteriorating a little bit, like the uphill section, it becomes very off camber, slick.
Yeah.
So you got to ride your lines there. And the main thing about this track is the flow. You know, like I always try and tell people, like a superbike or a Formula 1 car, wide, tight, wide. Try and make it as flow as possible. Yeah. Because also, like coming down the back section down there, it gets super tight, and what happens is it only forms 2 lines.
Yeah.
So, but the soil is loamy enough for you to actually like cross over the ruts if it does form. So that's just quite a cool little tip there. So you can make
I'll
wide,
keep that
tight,
one in the
wide
back of my head. Yeah,
for sure.
And Matt, in your opinion for the start?
I
mean, there's 25 MX1, 20 something, yeah?
Oh yeah, we've got a pretty stacked class.
Yeah, that's pretty full. You know, my aim here is that box, that Zone 7 box in the center.
Really?
If you're facing down towards how we're sitting right now, it'd be 1 or 2 to the right of that box. Because if you are at the start gate itself and you look down from the box itself, it heads straight towards this bank here.
Yeah.
So you actually don't even end up starting with your bike dead straight on the start. You actually at a slight angle and you're facing towards the embankment.
Okay.
So it's kind of, it's a little bit of a cheeky
because
move,
it's a
but
fast
it's a cut.
sweeping start as well. So I mean, you don't necessarily have to be first to the corner because you could sweep through.
Yeah, and then what happens is everyone gets a little bit overexcited, and instead of aiming for that bank, everyone's worried about the actual main corner.
Yeah.
So everyone's going full balls to that main corner, and then everyone has to dive onto the brakes, and now they've actually forgot what they've done. Whereas if you tame it down a little bit, aim for one section here, you can hug it tight through the rest of the turn.
And pull it through.
Yeah, because everyone only starts braking down there, whereas you can brake a little earlier.
Yeah, because that outside's actually quite a bit further than the
That's
and
right.
it's tricky because it's a sweep right, and then all of a sudden a sharp right.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
everyone dives only on the brakes towards the end there, where you just tame it down a little bit and you can get onto the insides from here.
Yeah, so we'll see what we can do.
Yeah.
Did a bit of start practice before coming back out. So.
Yeah. And how are you feeling on the concrete starts?
Good, because we got concrete at home.
Okay, right.
Yeah,
okay.
so I'm going to keep a close eye because I don't know how similar it is to the concrete here. I mean...
Well, it's going to be grippy. So.
Yeah, so I feel like that could be an advantage. Well, just, you know, like it's drilled into me. That's how we've raced at Donnybrook since I can remember. So, just...
And another thing about the turns here. Everyone does try and ride the tightest line possible, which is brilliant in some sections here. But what happens is it forms a nice outside bank, but everyone gets a little bit confused in their mind. We're entering a corner, it's rough entering, rough midsection, but the exit of the corner is always the smoothest part. Because what everyone's trying to do is when they run wide, they're running over the braking bumps, get to that midsection, brake, try and square off because they think the rest of the corner is like that. But in actual fact, you just need to soak up those first few bumps, get through that middle sector,
follow through
and carry on with the turn because it just makes everything so much more flowy.
Yeah, for sure. Because
so
you don't want to
giving a lot of advice here, but it's cool. I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
Good to see how it'll pull through for tomorrow and for the rest of the weekend.
Yeah, it should be good.
Look, man, it's really exciting to have you here.
Thank you.
I told Ruben I saw your name on the list, and obviously Matthew Milan.
Yeah, that's
but
exciting
he's
news.
landing tonight, huh? Matthew.
Yeah,
so
full-time worker.
Full-time worker, yeah. But
we're all at that stage now of our lives.
Yeah,
we would have been sitting here 10 years ago talking about, hey, what are we doing tomorrow if there's no racing? Now we got work. We got to be up at 6. And obviously on my side, I've got a little boy now, so everything's changed.
Yeah.
The whole world's changed
now.
now.
Yeah, for sure. So that's awesome.
Interesting. What's the dates for the summer series this year?
I'm not too sure if they've confirmed, but it's always like second week of December. So like around I think last year was actually the 10th, 11th and 12th.
Okay.
Or like it's always around those dates.
I've actually never been, and I've always threatened to go, but...
Don't threaten, let's do it. Let's pull our fingers now and let's go.
Yeah, it's always some good humour.
I haven't gone myself, which is also...
You can actually enter.
Yeah.
I was thinking of entering North or South, because at my age now I can do the... I think it's the vets, if I'm correct.
Yeah, 30 plus, huh?
Yeah, and I'm 31 now, so...
Hey, let's go.
I was thinking about it, still hesitating, but I don't want to come there empty-handed. I want to put in a little bit of work.
Yeah.
And like Regan was telling you earlier, we got to keep our 9-to-5s going, so it's a little bit difficult.
No, it is.
Yeah, so you kind of have to like navigate through it. You can't be out there hanging cable like you used to back at like 18 years old.
I can do it now for 2 laps and then I want to come have a beer with Ruben afterwards.
That beer does look nice, huh?
Yeah. It was good catching up with you guys.
Yes.
Yeah, very good. Haven't seen you for, I think last time I would have seen you was when I was watching you ride. I was on 50s. Yeah.
My last national I did was for Portable Shade Honda, which was actually, funny enough, also PE 2010.
Yeah, because that was the last round of the year. Yeah, that was when
2010 Portable Shade Honda.
And you were on 50s?
Yeah.
How old are you now?
I'm 22.
Okay. Yeah, it sounds about right.
Yeah.
No, that was long ago.
No way. Yeah, that's awesome. Because I still remember watching you race against Damon Stratham.
Oh, that little beast.
Back in the...
Was it?
Yeah, no, we had some good fun together. And he bounced. It is funny. He'll probably still laugh about it to this day because we also, like you were talking about earlier, bad blood. We've never had that, myself and Damon. We're always very close off the track, so it was cool. But on the track, myself, even in Ryan and Gilly, like the likes of them, we had good blood off the track, but super bad blood on the track.
Well, at least you could leave it on the track.
Yeah, Damon had this thing out for me. I don't know what it was, and we always used to talk about it afterwards. Like after our first heat, we'd meet up with each other, bump into each other at the wash bay or something. Yeah. I'm like, dude, what's happening? He's like, I don't know, bro, but it was good. Eh? So it was cool. We had a good vibe afterwards. We had a laugh about it. Yeah, but he used to always be that little snake. I can talk about him now because, like I said, he'll laugh about it now. But first year, he'll rock up on a 125 because that in those days in 125 high school in 09, you were allowed to ride a 252 stroke, a 125 two-stroke, and a 254 stroke in the one class. So I was on a 254 stroke in 125 high school, what they called then.
Yes.
Straden would come out in his first heat on a 125 two-smoker.
Okay.
Second heat, obviously I'd beat him in the first heat. Second heat, he's like, no, he comes out onto the start line next to me. 250 two-smoker. And I'm like, what's going on here? But it was cool. We had some fun.
Pulling the string.
Yeah.
Sure.
Anyway, that's the good times.
Yeah, I've got one of my own like that, Ricky Roth.
Yes.
Because we both grew up in Joburg, and he's always a year older than me, so he didn't want to give it up to me. And I promise you, I don't think anyone has ever raced me as hard as he has.
Okay.
We'll come off the track, even if we've slammed into each other on track, no issues. Come off, and I'm like, dude, I actually love it because I know, out of all people, you actually not trying to kill me. You just,
so
there's no space, you moving me out the way. And that's how it works. I mean, we've had so many battles, I can't even count, where we've just come off and he's like, hey, you got me, or I'm like, you did it, yeah.
No, but that's the way it should be, eh?
Yeah.
That's the way it should be for sure.
Lekker.
This was a good round, I think.
Yes. Well, thank you very much, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
No, 100%. It's really cool to catch up with you, Regan, I must say.
Thank you.
And Matt, and we will do this more often. It's just
for sure.
It's finding the flow, but I think this actually went quite nice.
I think so. I think we should go get some more. Let's go grab some more.
Let's
get this going.
More beer, yes.
I'll help you guys find the next rider.
Yes, 100%. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
All right,
really
guys.
good to see you guys again.
Yes, you too, my
See you guys soon.
So,